Thanks to Dropbox for sponsoring a portion of this video. What's going on, guys? It's UrAvgConsumer, and today we've got some awesome back to school tech. I know it's a little late, but whether you're currently in school or you're, getting back into the office, I got some good ideas and tech that I think you're gonna enjoy. And you guys know how we do over here. Today we're gonna be doing the baller edition. So if you don't really have a budget, maybe you're willing to spend a little bit more on quality items, that's what we've got for you today. And of course, a budget edition is going to be coming around the corner, so definitely stay tuned for that. But before we get started, we gotta give a huge shout out to Dropbox for sponsoring a portion of this video. Listen guys, if you've never heard of Dropbox, you've been missing out. Dropbox is an awesome service I've been using for years since its release, and me and my team rely on it on a daily basis so we can feel secure about all of the files that we handle. We've been using Dropbox Backup, and that lets us back up files and folders on our computers to the cloud. And with how important our files are to us, it is important for us to have those copies just in case anything goes wrong. We won't have to lose out on any of the content that we're supposed to be making here on this channel. This means we can pretty much access our computer files from anywhere, and it'll stay up to date with any of the changes that we make automatically. I mean, it gives us the peace of mind we need, not to mention it's just straight up convenient. Those automatic backups, access to files from anywhere. If you haven't used Dropbox Backup, you can of course try it out for free. I'll have links down below in the description for you guys to check it out. It's a huge part of our workflow and my personal life, and I know it can be useful for you guys too. But again, huge shout out to Dropbox for sponsoring this portion of the video. Okay, so first things first, we've got our backpack of choice. This is one that I've been using for some time now. This is the Key Smart Commuter Backpack. And this ain't cheap, you guys, but this thing checks a lot of boxes. I'm actually really happy with this backpack. So one of my favorite things about this is that it feels like a tech-oriented backpack without it looking like a tech-oriented backpack. As you can see, it's got a really slim profile. I don't have a ton of things inside of here like I typically do, but even when I do pack it just the way I like, it doesn't protrude that much, but it does have a lot of the stuff I like from tech backpacks, which is usually a lot of compartments, specific sections for certain things. So I like that a lot. Now, what's also pretty cool is you got a hard shell case up here, so you can carry some more sensitive things, sunglasses, that kind of deal. But we got some tech in here, of course. But we're gonna start with this compartment right in the front. And it's pretty simple. You know me. You walking around, you're commuting to work, to school, you gotta keep your phone charged at all times. Let's say you forgot to charge your phone at night. That's where you got your portable charger. We actually got this guy from Anker. This is the Nan Prime, they've always got these numbers, 733. Now, what I like about this portable charger is 10,000 milliamp hours, so I wish it was a little bit bigger in capacity, but it's super convenient. What's nice about it is that you can just plug this directly into a wall outlet, have it charge up that way. You can charge your devices right through the wall. I think that's awesome. But you've also got a few USB ports in the front. You got 2 USB-Cs as well as a USB-A. And if you know Anker's charging system, you know that it is going to send the optimal charging speeds to your devices. And this one is up to 65 watts. So if you gotta charge like a small laptop or something, you can charge that up really quickly. Fast charge your phones for sure. So definitely some good juice here, and it's super convenient. So I think this is a nice pickup, very convenient. Not to mention, you've also got some USB cables over here. This is from Mophie. I'm not a big Mophie guy. I find like a lot of their products are pretty expensive, but we balling out today. We got the bag to spend. So we got this case from Mophie that houses 3 USB cables, perfect for using with a portable charger. We've got a Lightning to USB-C, USB-C to C, and Lightning to USB-A. So it's gonna make it super easy if you wanna just go ahead, charge your phone up. Let's see, I got my phone on me. Yeah. Oh snap, I'm not supposed to be charging my phone right now. Shooting a real day in the life. Can't mess up that battery life. Either way, that's what you can do with it. You can charge it up. If you haven't seen my real day in the life with this guy, the iPhone 14 Pro Max, links down below. Now that's what we had in this compartment over here, but this is actually a compartment as well. So you can access something from here. We've got a headphone case. But what's cool about this spot is you can pop these straps open. Why am I making it look so hard? As soon as we started shooting, I was doing it the wrong direction. It's down, not up. But yeah, you can put larger items in here as well. And to secure it, you have these straps that can go here. So no matter if it's something really big, you can still get a nice, tight, secure fit around it. Perfect for bringing around headphone cases, especially if you're traveling. So right here, we've got a pair of headphones from Sony. And I don't know if you guys remember back in the day when I used to talk about the extra bass line from Sony. These are, let me get the model number right. The WH-XB910N. Whatever. But if you've been missing out on these extra bass headphones, they're back. I know the bass lovers are out there and the bass line was a fan favorite. And they've got like a similar design to the WH-1000X line. So you'll feel right at home. These are definitely it. And they have all the features that you'd want, like the touch controls. They work with the headphones app. So these are gonna sound great, but they're also gonna last you quite some time. These have 30 hours of battery life. And if you happen to kill them and you wanna get on your commute, you can still get 4.5 hours with just 10 minutes of charging. So definitely enough to handle a commute to and back from school. Not to mention they have active noise canceling. So if you're out and about, you wanna block out the train sounds or maybe some annoying kids on the way to school or something, these will definitely do it all. So we got the Sonys over there. Now let's move on to this hard shell, small compartment up here. And over here, we've got a few things. These are the 2nd generation AirPods Pro. Now, I feel like AirPods are such an easy recommendation. They're the earbuds that go with iPhones, right? But in the realm of like school, commuting, all that stuff, why these are nice is that they have this feature called the Find My feature. If you're forgetful, maybe you forgot some of your AirPods at school or something, you wanna track them down, with that Find My feature, it's going to make it a lot easier to find these. And they have precision finding. So that means if you happen to drop them somewhere, you can actually locate them with your iPhone directly. Like it'll tell you exactly where to go to get them. Better sound quality, better active noise cancellation, and the case is just a lot better. So this is absolute recommendation for me, if you have an iPhone. If you don't have an iPhone, you can always go with the Sony WF-1000X Mark IVs. These are absolutely solid. Another easy recommendation. Definitely one of the best Bluetooth earbuds out right now. Now, whether you're a student or you need this gear for work, I think everybody can benefit from having a portable SSD. So what we've got right here is the Samsung T7, and I believe this is like their rugged edition. So if you need something that's going to withstand drops, maybe a splash of water, maybe they're trying to work in the cafeteria and somebody knocks over a cup, who knows, you know, but this will have you covered. Now, this isn't as cheap as something like a flash drive, but if you want fast speeds, the durability that this offers, as well as the overall size, this is 1 terabyte. I feel like this is a no-brainer. Now check this out too. Something I like about this backpack is that you can see all these compartments over here. It's even got this magnetic spot that opens up back here. Well, before we even get into that, if you care about RFID blocking, you know, for travelers, something to keep in mind. But let's get to what we have over here. This is the Satechi. This is one of their millions of hubs. They've got so many USB-C hubs. This one's my personal favorite because it offers quite a few things. We've got 2 USB-C ports, one for power over here, one for data connection. You have an HDMI slot over here. So if you want to connect your computer to an external monitor, maybe at work, you'll be able to do that. What I also find pretty useful is this Ethernet port right here. So with this Ethernet port, if you're, you know, in a dorm, you know, maybe you're a college student, the dorm room doesn't have Wi-Fi. Is that even a thing in today's age?
I think mine only had Wi-Fi.
Yours only had Wi-Fi, it didn't offer Ethernet?
You had Ethernet?
Back in my day, they had Ethernet and not good Wi-Fi. They had Wi-Fi, it just wasn't good. So everyone used to rely on the Ethernet to, dang.
Still good to have one though.
Whatever, Dom. I'm old now, that's all I'm hearing. But all just aside, if your Wi-Fi isn't good at school and you do have access to an Ethernet cable if they offer it, you have an Ethernet port here, or if you just need your Ethernet port at work, you got that. That's huge. And you also get 2 USB-A ports, micro SD card and regular SD card slot. And you even get a VGA port. If your school is like super old school, you can go ahead and use one of those. And you also have your cable over here, so you can plug it into your computer. Nice and compact. This thing is clutch. Oh, you know what I just realized, you guys? I did not show you this little spot. So right here, there's a tile slot so that if you're a tile user, you can throw your tile right in here. You can always keep track of your backpack. I think that's super, super clutch. Having a nice dedicated spot for that is great. Now, me personally, I've got an AirTag in here because it's just so much more convenient. The AirTag is awesome. And the last thing up here, Jay actually picked this up and I've fallen in love with it. So this is from Native Union. And right here, we've got a solution. Let's actually just pull it out so that you can clean your devices. If your iPhone screen is kind of dirty, I'm sure mine has a bunch of fingerprints. So you can see I got smudges on my screen. All you do is you take this and you can use the pouch that it comes with as your microfiber. So you can go ahead, clean up your screen with this, and you are pretty much good to go. So a nice, cool way to keep your devices clean. I like it a lot, and I'm gonna be personally using it all the time. But if you don't like, that whole idea, there's always what we have in here, and that's this, typical Spuds microfiber cloth. One of the best microfiber cloths I've ever used. Perfect for keeping screens clean. Listen, I don't know how, I've never spoken to somebody at Spuds, and it's insane. You know how many microfiber cloths I've recommended and had people buy from like Tech Survival Kit and all? Spuds, stop playing. We need to make a UAC Spuds collaboration or something. Should I actually try and do that? Should I reach out to them? It's been years. So right here, we've got the remarkable tablet. So this is dope. This is really cool. And I picked this up because I used to buy so many notebooks, you guys. Always ready to put down my ideas, my thoughts, plan. Now, I don't necessarily have to do that. I can use this. This is like a digital notebook. So you guys can see my chicken scratch right here. These are my plans for the real day in the life. Right now I've got a template to make it look like a lined notebook, but you can actually switch that up. So let's see. We can go to the template and you can see all the different options that they have. Now you might be thinking, oh, Judd, just use an iPad and an Apple Pencil or something. What I like about this is that it is straight up notebook. So if you're at school or at work and you want to just focus, get work done, you're not getting any notifications, you're not getting DMs, none of that, straight up writing. And that's what I love about this. Now there's some cool functionality here. It's not just a digital pen and paper. You can actually sync this to Dropbox and I think a few other cloud services. And with that, you're able to send yourself documents, pictures, all kinds of stuff and outline and do all kinds of crazy stuff. Dom, you got your fiance this for her school, right?
Yeah, for law school.
So she's in law school. She actually uses the Remarkable to send herself the pages from her textbook so that she's not lugging around a gigantic textbook. She can just take it with her. So you can go ahead, keep your textbooks in pristine condition, send over all your pages right to your Remarkable, do all your note-taking, highlighting, and then you just sell your textbooks once you're done. But yeah, this thing has been a game changer for me in just getting my thoughts out, getting my notes down. I love this thing. Take it everywhere. And last but not least, we've got my laptop. And that is the MacBook Air with the M2 chip. Now, this guy right here costs $11.99. And I think that's a solid price for a laptop that's going to last you all day, is going to be powerful enough to do most things unless you're like a crazy professional. And in that sense, maybe you're not doing back to school or working at the office, you're probably got something more dedicated. But for like office use, school use, this thing is a no-brainer. Great battery life, super portable, very compact. It has a great screen, great speakers, comfortable typing experience. For me, this is a no-brainer. Definitely recommend this. Only thing I wouldn't recommend is the color. The blue looks great. I love the blue. I'm living with it. I use my microfiber cloths quite a lot with this because this thing is an absolute fingerprint magnet. So get one of the other colors. But I overall highly recommend this for school or office use. Now, for me personally, I travel around with this mouse. So if you like to use a mouse instead of the trackpad, I like, especially when it comes to like editing or anything like that, this is really useful. Jay's looking at me like, editing? You mean the stuff I do? But yeah, if you are more comfortable with a mouse, this right here is the Logitech MX Master 3S. I love this thing. Now, what's great about these Logitech mouses, and that's correct, is that you have the option to sync it with 3 different devices, or if you want, you can just take the dongle and plug this into your computer, whether it's your school computer, work computer, you can go ahead, just plug it straight in, and you can go ahead and use this. And this right here is a case I got on Amazon. It holds the dongle in case you want to travel with it, and it holds your mouse. You can kind of just take it around with you. That's what I do personally. I highly recommend this mouse. It feels great, super easy to use, very comfortable, and got the case to go with it. And on the other side, we've got a charger. So instead of bringing around the Apple chargers, I've got this one also from Anker. This is their NAND Prime, and this is the 120 watt option. So this is great because 120 watts in this compact body is absolutely insane. So if you want to charge your devices, you got your phone, your Remarkable, your MacBook, you can go ahead and charge all 3 at the same time and you're good to go. This is a really fast charger. It has more power than the MacBook Air even needs, so definitely good stuff. So much power in this body is nuts. But yeah, that about wraps it up, guys. Hopefully you found something here that you thought could be pretty useful for you, whether in the school or work setting. Let me know with a comment down below. Don't worry, the budget edition is coming soon. We're gonna have lots of great options for those of us who don't wanna, break the bank. But till next video, guys, this is your average consumer. I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.